Okay.
Let's go.
Hello guys, welcome to our presentation on assignment 2, MN624 digital forensics. In our assignment, we had to prepare a paper on analysis and recommendations on network forensics, challenges and their approaches. So this is my team members, Manikumar, Ravindra, Sai, Aditya, and myself, Pasan. And moving on to the next slide. Yeah, when we talk about network forensics, digital forensics is the first evolution step of the digital forensics, basically used to retrieve and evidence from the hard disks, such as pen drives and other floppy disks and so on. So with the recent developments of cloud computing and networking, the need of network forensics is emerged. So the tools that they used used to do digital forensic investigations, they've evolved to do some investigations on networks. For such of those tools, Wireshark and Etadump and TCP dump are such kind of like evolution steps from those forensic tools. The next slide will carry on with Ravi.
Hi everyone, myself Ramda. I'm going to explain about the importance of the selected tool. Here we have selected three tools. Those are Wireshark, EtherCap, and TCP dumps. These tools are mainly used to uncover the data from the network devices, and they are mainly selected for the evaluation purposes. These network forensic tools purpose is to gather data from the network device without changing the original or actual data. These tools should give the updates in time to have the pace of the faster modification of the network in software and hardware devices. These tools mainly focus on three things. Those are correlate and lagging and detection of the intrusions. Using these tools, we can perform PCP dump and dump cap and many other sniffing operations. And these tools are mainly used to detect the cybercrime activities that happens on the network or else on the software or hardware devices. The process of the network forensics is to record, analyze, capture the videos and perform the security attacks on the source. And additional method of these tools is to give a baseline or test data to prove these forensic tools. The evidences that are collected used to resolve the difficulties and security issues on the network, and these are the importance of the tool. Next slide will be explained by Mani.
Thank you, Ravindra. Now I'm going to explain the execution of three tools. One is EtherCap, and the other one is Wireshark, and the third tool is TCP dump. I'll start with the EtherCap. So EtherCap is basically used to sift the IP address, host IP address. So as soon as we click on the application, the application slide will be open like this, and we are going to give the network interface name as Ethernet 0, followed by then we are going to snip the host address by clicking on the host IP. This is the slide where we got the host IP address, and followed by the slides. So now we are going to implement the ERP sniffing. So this particularly analyze the IP address of the host system. And the next tool is Wireshark. Wireshark is also used to snip the IP address. So in order to snip the IP address, we are going to start the Ethernet first. Then we need to capture the IP address by clicking on top of the tab, which we can see the capture button here. As soon as we click capture, we can see the IP address, which are actually we are addressing such IP address. So now I'm going to explain the TCP dump. TCP dump is actually used to analyze a particular IP address used by some kind of computer program in a command line. We are going to enter some kind of commands in a command line. So these are all the IP addresses which are listed. So this is a tool. This is the command where we have entered in a command line. So as soon as we enter that one, we got the list of the IP address. So after that, in order to analyze a particular IP address which are listed before, we are going to enter another command, which is this command like TCP Ethernet wo and hyphen like VV. So we are going to analyze that as soon as we enter that command. So next slide, my friend Aditya is going to explain the strength and weakness of other tools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mankumar. So today I'm going to talk about the strength and weakness of all the three tools which I have chosen for this assignment. Talking of the strength and weakness of the EtherCap, the main strengths of the EtherCap are that this can perform and access via multiple operating systems such as Linux, Windows, and other operating systems. And also here the IP-based filters allows to connect the sniffing possibilities. And also this can be like, this could use the ARP and LAN switched algorithms with host connection terms. And talking of the weakness of this tool for operating multiple port and OS, it basically requires like several attention for making the proper working procedures. And also like it does not support the application which are not along with learning curve and measuring their multi-tier architectures. Next slide, please. Talking of the strength and weakness of the Wireshark, the main strengths of the Wireshark are that basically it has like numerous encryption measures with packet sniffing measures, and also it can be accessed on the Unix and also Windows operating system, and it will also be able to filter and manage the different network operations. And talking about the weaknesses, here in the Wireshark, the intrusion detection is one of the major techniques in developing the network forensic tools for warning that applied networks based on some strange techniques. And also in this tool, like there is a possibility of malware activities, which could be a main weakness. And also like there is a possibility of manipulation of the information instead of the network. And the data packets and the network forensic process have measured over the network through forensic process. Next slide, please. And talking about the other tool, which is TCP dump, the main strengths of the TCP dump are that suppose like more OS and the performance is obtained through input command on his software. And also this can visualize all the packets for the users while capturing. And like talking about the weaknesses of this tool, when capturing the packets on the network, we can be able to predict the checksum value and measure the ignored bits and the packet capturing mechanisms. And the main specific strengths on managing the UDP and TCP payload services are possible with the replacement of the host type in LAN. Attackers are predicting the internet address for accessing the security information without the detection on the packet capturing. This could be the main weakness. And coming to the next slide, it will be explained by my friend Sharan.
Thank you, Aditya. And I am going to explain about the recommendations and the justifications of our assignment. From this analysis of network-based digital forensic tools and its approaches, the Wireshark is recommended for the better investigations. It is used for the better investigations in the digital forensic. And the selected three tools are evaluated with this operation by performing all over in the Kali Linux platform. And from the evaluation, the Wireshark tool is the detailed description with the information about the captured data, which we have explained by the Manikumar in the previous one. And the second, the spending and the relay packets based on that are also enabled by the Wireshark. And the functionalities are ensured that Wireshark is the most effective network packet trading tool for the digital investigation. And for the digital investigation also, the Wireshark is one of the more important thing. And it is also used to take the steps for the improving and the protection of the information from the different types of attacks like security attacks. And finally, coming to the conclusion, it is concluded that the research have covered with all aspects of the network forensic technical approaches and their challenges as well. And all the presentable approaches will be helped in predicting the evidences and measuring the performance of the three tools which we have used, and also the produce of their networking forensics. From the evaluation, more number of essential parameters are evaluated for these three tools, and some unsolved issues have been determined based on the networking forensic tools. And the Wireshark networking forensic tool is recommended to use a better forensic investigations. Next slide. These are the references which are used, and thank you.
Thank you.